represento las calles de mi tierra. Mi bandera, ay, mi bandera. Puerto Rico y todos los latinos. Sonamos donde quiera.
What's up, everybody? Welcome. What's going on, everybody? It is Tuesday night. What's going on? How's everyone doing tonight? We are ready to watch Gold Rush, week number 2 for the NXT brand, the second night at the world's most famous theater at Madison Square Garden. A lot of great matchups here. Now, please, if you know the spoilers, you know the results, please do not be a Grinch in this time of season and give us those spoilers. We don't want to. We're going to watch. We're going to react. We're going to watch along. If you know the spoilers and you know the results, God bless you guys. God bless you guys. That's cool. But we're watching this. We're going to watch this totally open-minded, fresh, right into it. And we're going to get ready to see some good matchups. We have a triple threat for the TNA Knockouts title. Kelani, Jordynne, Ying, Lee. And, of course, we will find out who will walk away TNA Knockouts champion. So if you know the sport is happy, hey, by the way, happy Tuesday to you, Daniel, Barry Sports Highlight. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, of course. And Jordynne Grace is the third participant in that triple threat. I just wanted to shout out Danny, Barry Sports Highlights, who always comes in the chat and says hello. Thank you. This is the month. Although we don't, this is where the nation comes to give the month of gratitude. Every day is a day of gratitude. Every day you open your eyes, you not 6 feet under or cremated. If you're on this beautiful green earth, breathing fresh air, it's a day of Thanksgiving. So yes, so we thank you for joining us. Thank you for listening to us. Thank you for watching along with us. Thank you for being part of our channel, whether we're your cup of coffee or not your cup of coffee, but we appreciate you. Thank you for watching along with us. Thank you so much. It again means a lot. Whether you watch to criticize, to enjoy, to pleasure, or just because you're just a good person. Thank you. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate everyone. Thank you so much. You guys are doing cool. We definitely thank you a million here for the Sports Jedi Network. We're going to find out who JOHN CENA picks for the Iron Survivor men and women matchups. Who are the chosen by JOHN CENA to try to be an Iron Survivor and stay McLean to the NXT gold for the men and women. Interesting to see on that. We have a grudge match and a qualifier match for the Iron Survivor. The former TNA champion, the 2-time NXT world champion Trick Williams take on the one and only Myles Borne in a qualifier with a lot of animosity. Myles Borne is trying to make a name for himself. He's trying to come up here, and you know what? He went after the biggest dog in the yard. Some would say Obafemi, but when you have the prestige and the accolades of a Trick Williams, former North American champion, also the 2-time NXT champion, TNA champion, carrying 2 brands over the summer, why not go after him and pick a fight with a big guy and you know what? Make a name for yourself. I like what Myles Borne is trying to do here against Trick Williams. Now, can he complete the trifecta and qualify for the Iron Survivor? We will find out tonight. We got an Evolve matchup here. Current champion versus Sean Legacy. That should be an interesting one. Speed championship up for grabs. Zarya takes on none other than 1/3 of Fatal Influence, the one and only Fallon Henley, former North American champion for Fallon Henley. She's trying to get gold back into the Attraction brand. And, of course, the Women's Evolve Championship, Kendal Graps. Great Graps Tuesdays. She is taking on another one of the NXT brand that's from the Fatal Influence group that wants to bring in title for the one and only Lainey Reid. As we got D-Walk joining us. What's good, D-Walk? Salute to you there in Detroit. Hope you're doing well. Hope everything's going well for you in Michigan. So I hope you're doing a wonderful Tuesday. And you know what? Happy holidays. Happy Thanksgiving to you, brother. Hope everything's going good on your end. And I'm doing good, man. Thank you so much. Could be anything that, as long as we're above ground and we got air in our lungs, we're always good, man. Always grateful for that. Grateful for you being in our chat here with us here. We got 10 minutes before Now I'm trying to go on the international feed. The international feed, it's not gonna be the full 2 hours. It's going to be a quick hour and 25, an hour and a half maybe of the NXT brand. Now, don't know if we're gonna get the audio, but I'll try to break everything down as best as possible on the YouTube platform. Why I say that? Because we're inviting you over to the Playback app. Join us on my Playback app, where we actually see the action, not just hear it. You get to see it, you get to visualize it, you get to see it, and you get to participate in a uber full community here in our chat. We have a good chat brigade that comes each and every day whenever we do a wrestling watch along, and we interact back and forth. And I love it because we continue to grow our not just on YouTube, but also on the Playback app. We continue to grow a big platform, a big group that comes in, and we just, because only, you watch my video on X that I posted from this Playback app when Brock Lesnar slips and falls. Man, I had a chuckle. I had the most passionate laugh because it was so realistic. When he just falls, it just burst. I thought I was gonna fall off my chair. I put it there on X, and you could see the video there on X when we just burst into just I guess teenager laugh. I must have turned back the clock 30 plus years and just started laughing like an uncontrollable teenager. It was just one of those moments, genuine, not fake reaction. It was just a genuine moment seeing Brock. And the funny thing is, right before Brock Lesnar falls, I'm telling my chat, I said, I hope he doesn't split his pants here. And then he slips and falls. I'm like, oh my goodness. It looked like something out of our cartoon. He slipped over a banana peel for Brock Lesnar. This is what I got to ask for Brock. Yeah, you like your cowboy boots and stuff like that. You got to stop wearing Lee jeans. The jeans, if you want to wear something tight, put on wrestling tights. Denim, you don't need butt huggers. You don't need butt huggers, denim jeans, Lee jeans to come to the ring if you're going to go in a brawl and fight top-notch class talent in professional wrestling like the CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, and the Usos. That serves you right for wearing those boots and wearing those tight-ass jeans. Yeah, Super Cena, German suplex, slam him. German slam him. Yeah, maybe we get John Cena get his comeuppance at Brock Lesnar before he even enters the ring on War Games. That'd be great. To John Cena just when his time for come out of the cage, just John Cena who comes behind the curtain and just gives him an ass whooping. What's going on? Wrestling fan in the building. I saw the video on Instagram from Brockfeld, and it said Brock IST what minus 1,000 aura, and that annoys me. Sure, it was funny, but it doesn't take it. But don't take it seriously. No, Brock still look. I'm gonna say this about Brock Lesnar. Regardless of the fact that he became a meme and he laughs, but he's already on some memes already that are hilarious. With him splitting his pants. I believe when he had the Money in the Bank with the radio gimmick and all that. There's a lot of funny stuff when he's laughing and the Undertaker laughs. But I tell you one thing, you end up in a elevator with Brock Lesnar, you wouldn't even dare to even laugh at him or even make a butt of a joke on Brock Lesnar. That man will beat the living bejesus out of anyone. So I don't think you have to worry about that aura for Brock Lesnar thinking him as a clown or a goofball. I don't think so. I think Brock is still that guy that you see and you're like, you know what? Maybe do I ask him for an autograph or should I just keep it moving? So Brock has that, like him, Braun Strowman. Those guys are guys you see them in the street, out in the wild. You're second guessing yourself even to say hello, and say you're a fan, even if you're an uber fan of him. And even if you see him smiling, you just don't know how is he going to react to you. Paul White is another one. You see Paul White, he looks like a teddy bear. He's a nice, gentle teddy bear. But when you see him out in the wild, you don't even think about, going up to him because that he's such a monster, amongst men that you're like, yeah. So we got about 6 minutes to go. We got 6 minutes. We got a good one here. Tomorrow night, one of the rare times. What's up, Arthur's in the building. Arthur Magic. How you feel about the Fox deal with AAA? Yes, I'm gonna read that right now. Let me give this quick announcement. Tomorrow night, one of the rare times that the Sports Jedi Network is going to actually do a AEW Dynamite watch along, because this is really the, besides last night, the live wrestling show. We're gonna sit down and we're gonna watch. We're gonna give it open mind. We're gonna watch the fallout of Full Gear, and we're gonna watch it tomorrow night. I think it'd be cool. We're gonna do an AEW watch along here tonight. And look, if I get great numbers, I'll contemplate to try to start purchasing the pay-per-views, and we'll start doing them here where you could come over and watch it on our playback only, the AEW premium live pay-per-views, and watch it with us and watch it. And we'll see how the numbers give us and all the good stuff, and we'll see where it goes. It's up to you guys, the viewers, and everyone that watches us, to tell me with your likes and coming in here, your comments, if you want this going forward, where you actually save a few bucks. We'll probably charge something small so we can all watch it and get to see it on the playback. Well, that's as an experimental situation. We're going to do this for a couple weeks and see how that goes. All right. Well, okay. What's going on, Arthur Magic? I'm going to highlight your comment because I definitely appreciate you. How come I'm not on? I should be supposed to be on camera. What happened to me there? Come on, I'm slipping. All right. What's up? How do you feel about this Fox deal with AAA? I had some ideas on what can lead to Mexico Performance Center to build the future, just like NXT, and also trade from main roster. This is if you remember Triple H's idea before the pandemic hit, he wanted to do a global expanding of NXT. I remember we had NXT UK, went away. It was supposed to rebrand at NXT Europe. You wanted to do NXT India, NXT Mexico, and so forth like that. This is a way of them circumventing without calling it NXT. But I don't know how much Triple H really going to have more input into that. That was a vision of him under the old regime, under Vince McMahon, and that creative and that finding. I don't know what TKO's mindset is at. If they want to place that money investment and have that money across the world, where they're right now, the TKO brand is supposedly in financial debt. They're in the red. Yes, WWE is very profitable. WWE makes money, but the TKO itself, with all these mergers, are not supposedly, they're not making money. It's Crimea River in my case. I don't know if they're willing to do that investment. We see it with the UFC in Mexico. They have these facilities and performance centers with AAA in place. They can have their cake and eat it too, where they have an audience, still keep the wrestlers that are currently moving the AAA brand, influx some talent and some financial capital into AAA, and maybe they could send like wrestlers that need the bumps that they're not going to get on NXT 2-hour television. They'll send them to Mexico to work there. I don't know where you NXT Europe. I thought with William Regal returning back to the company, there was an opportunity for them to go to NXT Europe and expand that way there, but they have not done that yet. Also, Nick Aldis won there, but Nick Aldis doesn't look like he wants to hang this up anytime soon. He looks like he could wrestle. So I don't know where that goes. I know we're about to start. I wanted to go longer on that comment, but that's a good one. Add Evolve to talent to AAA. You could do that as well. In this WWE ID, have them work a couple of these AAA cards, but you got to make sure you still keep the tradition alive in Lucha Libre with AAA wrestlings. There's more than just a Mr. Iguana, and there was a whole the Psycho Circus. If you saw this on the YouTube platform, phenomenal. They might not be your bodybuilders, wrestlers that you're used to, but they are a good bunch of wrestlers in AAA. Feature some of these ladies, feature some of these wrestlers. Don't shy away. We haven't seen Pimpinella since the Worlds Collide, and it just totally no nothing. Before the person was a staple on that show, on all the different house shows for AAA, and we haven't seen them. Don't take away from what attract you to AAA. Keep those wrestlers going. Don't start cutting some, and because don't, like they said, they wasn't going to interfere with AAA wrestling. Don't do it too much, because those wrestlers, it's nice to see WWE talent hold some of these titles for AAA, but don't oversaturate with your giving the titles every time. Not doing. You have a nice balance where everyone keeps their titles going and so forth. You know, dominant, but you know, we're not soon. But hopefully these major titles don't always go to WWE talent and then they get stifled and you don't see them get defended and it just become Haley's comment with it. All right, we're about to start. What's up, man? When is Danhausen? His contract was coming. You know what? That's a good one, Richard. He says that Danhausen will be a nice fit for AAA Mexico. I tend to agree. So Gold Rush Week 2 is going to be 82 minutes. So I'm trying my best to try to give you the illustration. Normally, I have it played on the background where you can hear it, but you could come see it with us on our playback app. I'll put the link in a second. You guys could just hit that link. You come watch along with us. You get to see it as we get to Den now. We got Fatal Influence coming into the building. So my Netflix is not. I'll skip the intro. Now it's Trick Williams coming down the elevator. And I'll try to get everything. Look at that. Yeah, by tonight, all 3 members can have titles. All 3 members. Look at JC Jane, who won the title last week. Fallon Henley looking to get that speed championship. And the Valve for Lainey Reid. What's next for Trick Williams? Yeah, you know what? Rick Dawson put a real good comment out there. I'm going to highlight it in a second here. Let me get to you right now because trying to do a little double duties. Yeah, this is a good one. This is a good one here for Danhausen. Will be perfect for AAA Mexico. He will work really good. He could use the bumps. And you could bring him into AAA to WWE, NXT or Valve back and forth. It all depends if Danhausen is willing to work for WWE in that capacity. What's going on, Tony? I went to get on here with you guys and I slipped and fell like Brock. Oh my God! As long as you didn't slip your pants. What's up, Tony? How are you doing tonight, man? Now we got no commercial. I'm gonna put it up here on the playback in a second. And here we go. Boom. You guys should be able to hear it really good here. Jedi, if you did a trade from main roster to AAA, vice versa, who would you sending if you was part owner? You know who main roster for the WWE to work in. I wouldn't mind seeing from NXT. I wouldn't mind seeing Brooks Jensen to go to AAA from the main roster. Only I want to see them wrestle in tag teams will be the Creed brothers. Wouldn't mind seeing the Creed working tag team in AAA and to return. Trip for NXT would be Hijo de Vankingo. I think he would do real good in NXT, the style, and will be very entertaining for the crowd. The only issue, WWE doesn't really do a lot of tag teams. I wouldn't mind seeing the Pagano and Psycho Clown as a tag team in the main roster, but they don't do tag teams well. I got to hold off on that. I'm not too hot with Dr. Wagner. I don't know what is it about him. And I don't trust the creative to book Octagon because the Octagon versus Pentagon will be a hell of a battle. Because if you watch Lucha Underground, I'm going to give this credit to Chef Dan because he put me on this with the Octagon Pentagon storyline. That would be good if WWE will put the creative writing team to give us a story, compelling story between those two. That's just, short-term wise. Back and forth, we'll love to see that. Main roster, he says, I'll say Jey Uso and Cody to AAA. I mean, we have to have a conversation, Tony, about Cody Rhodes. Last night, everyone, from Busted Open and others that do the reviews of Monday Night Raw said it was safe or boring or lackluster. This is another show where Cody's involved that the show becomes lackluster and boring. And I've been saying this, and it's not piling on poor Cody. Cody is not the guy, man. Yeah, what do you want to talk about? Like Cody would say, yeah, Cody's not the guy. All right, we got Sean Legacy opening it up here. So we got Evolve Championship going on, kicking off the show here. Super Sean Legacy. This guy looks a little bit taller than Tyler Bates. There we go. You can come check the link. Hit that link. It don't cost anything whatsoever. You don't even have to subscribe if you don't want to just check it out for one day and be in there as a guest. You could be as a guest. If you like it, you subscribe. If not, hey, if we tried it, I would say this. You should try it on your laptop and your computer. It's a little bit difficult to navigate on your phone. I'll be honest with you. All right, go. We got Peter Rosenberg in commentary. Avoid Rosenberg. I could see Chris rolling his eyes. Oh, get that guy off my TV show. Here we go. Jackson Drake, your Evolve champion. I haven't been really following Evolve since the very first episode. It's just I was taking Wednesdays to just retool with all the wrestling we have. I wanted to get into Evolve, but it was just getting a little hectic in my schedule. Now that we're going to experiment in wrestling a little bit, I don't feel burnout either. But I apologize to neglecting but you could check out our friends Alex Freaking Reactions, the Unappreciated Podcast of Wrestling Fans with D-Walk. They break down the Evolve. They do a good job with that. They have a nice round table. You can check them out. They're there every Wednesday night breaking that down, or Thursday, and they are following Evolve like a microscope. I'm really into it, so check them out. Give them a shout out. Give them a look. Tell them the Jedi send you. It's Rican Reactions. You'll see it one of those channels, featured channels on my YouTube platform. They do a good job with that. All right, here we go. We got the men's championship. Now, this is what they were. I believe he was part of Swipe Right. Swipe Right no longer. Got NXT chants going on, but this is not an NXT. This is an Evolve. All right. All right, they're going to ring the bell. Here we go. There's some nice strikes there. Some Muay Thai kicks started off. Hi, Heather. Heather says we are stuck with the high school refugees first. Wake up when this match is over. I mean, let's take a look at these guys. Let's see. He's Evolve champion. Something they see something in both of them. Part of the ID program. They actually showcasing him here, where they didn't re-sign a lot of the ID programs back and forth, but they kept both of these guys, so they kind of see something in both of these gentlemen. Yeah, they are extremely young right now. All right, you see this? You see Jedi? What interesting about that one right there? What if AAA have contracts like the WWE when one of the main roster people sign their full-time? That why I said if there were a trade. I like how you're thinking, because you got to spike Rick. You gotta do something creative and create a buzz and a interest. And one of the hot you don't want to depreciate or delete AAA wrestling or make them feel like you don't want what All Elite Wrestling has done with New Japan Pro Wrestling. They took away Ospreay, they took away Okada, they took away this and that, and then New Japan feels like a shell of itself. You want to still keep those wrestlers, Zack Sabre Jr., he's not carrying Japan Pro Wrestling as they thought he could. You want to still keep AAA wrestlers available for the people in Mexico to watch and gravitate to. That's why I like Dominic Mysterio working as their champion. You hear it, and let's face it, for AAA, El Grande Americano has been a blessing in disguise for AAA wrestling, and him and under that gimmick, the gimmick of Chad Gable getting injured and Ludwig Kaiser stepping, the WWE had a horseshoe lodged up their freaking asshole, if you want to pardon my French, because that got them so over with Ludwig Kaiser. And Ludwig, speaking the language, it just ingraced himself to a whole audience in Mexico. I think Kaiser's big role of him knowing languages, I think really helped this cement the AAA relationship with the WWE to partnership, the merger to be so great. They got a contract with Fox, with Mexico Fox. That's huge, big deal. Fox Sports in Mexico, that's big. They got La Liga games, they got soccer games there, I believe, and so forth. And now you're gonna have AAA wrestling there. That's a big one. Heather, Reid, I need something pretty amazing tonight on NXT to perk me up. And this ain't it. I have a doctor's appointment in the morning. I'm kind of nervous about it. Ethan and Chelsea were on last week. We'll see. We got some TNA representation, so we'll get some. We had a triple threat. All right, they went a commercial, but here, remember, this is going to end early because we are not doing any commercials here. We have the international feed, so it's going to go quick. So the champion Jackson Drake is in control. He's going for a cover, count of 1 against Sean Lexington. I gotta say this though, the crowd here tonight, despite an Evolve match, they're on fire. I don't know if this was done earlier before when they about to open the show. I don't know the placement of these matches, but I hear the crowd is very energetic to start here. Despite being a tape show, and we'll do yay boo as the champion Jackson Drake just continues to hit it with them chops. Legacy now rebounding here and blowing a comeback with the chops. Oh, good chin lock. Good knee leg strikes. Another miss one. Good drop kick. Who is on deck tonight? I'll give you the rundown right now, Heather. You have Borne versus Trick Williams, and that's for a Survivor matchup with qualifiers. Of course, you have the triple threat knockout champion, Jordynne Grace, and Ying Lee. You've got this match currently right now. You've got the Speed Championship available. It's up for grabs between Zarya and Fallon Henley. And then you have the women's Evolve matchup with Kendal Gray, who just won the title about a month ago, taking on Lainey Reid. Fatal influence tonight could walk away. All three ladies with all three of the gold. Evolve Championship, Speed Championship, and the NXT Championship. Man, what a shot by Legacy. Legacy now, springboard. Oh, into a Scorpion Death Drop? No. Oh, that was a nice suplex there by Sean Legacy. Let me make sure we get all the comments in. Appreciate everyone, all the comments. So look at that. Oh, he put knees up. 1, 2. Oh, kick out there. So he went for a 450 splash, and the knees went up by Jake. Now, stand up. Oh, knees right to the chest. 1, 2. These guys doing all these spectacular in-ring flips and flops for their pretty cool. All these innovative, awesome styles. Very impressive here. Here we go. It's going to the rope. He's going to go for a pay in the middle ring there. He's a good friend of Javon Evans, another wrestler. You see what Javon Evans is doing right now. Javon Evans is taking the WWE by storm. Javon Evans is taking the WWE by storm and professional wrestling by storm. Wait a minute. We almost had a mix-up here. Legacy, we're trying to get a Spanish fly. All right, guys. This looks a little but suplex. Oh, that was nice. The way they called it like a moonsault power bar. I don't know. It was to get to it. It was a little sloppy, but the execution was very nice. This is when you talk to a younger wrestler and say, you don't need to ooh and ah all on a title match. This is when you're going to go out. You don't have to every match, every moves all the time because it looked slow and a little sloppy. As Legacy with the kicks. before. Legacy now. With some forearms in the back of the head. He's got the champions a little bit on the rope here. Got like a torture rack. Nope. Jackson Drake now. Oh, double gut buster. Beautiful by the champ. He's going to set him up. Springboard. No, what is he doing here? He's draping him over. He's going to go top rope. Knee right to the back of the neck. Now hitting the ropes. Kind of double knees to the side of the head. It should do it. It did. It's over. All right. That was a nice finisher there. Match is over. 15, what do you guess? 13, 12-minute match with the intros and video package. So a 13-minute here. Jackson Drake retains. I'm going to be honest with you. Okay. We could see that they're rough around the edges. The kid was impressive. Both kids were a little impressive, but they still need polishing. They need a lot of polishing, a lot of reps in the ring, a lot in the psychology department. That pin he's lifting his head up on that pin. I didn't like that pin. They got a lot to learn. They're in the right hands in the WWE staff. They'll get the right coaching, and they'll polish these wrestlers up. Is sticking around to the WWE. We got Soruka earlier. Somebody threw the towel with Soruka. Ethan Page stirring the pot. Here you go, Heather. Wake up, Heather. Look at Ethan stirring the pot. She's playing. She shouldn't be playing second to anything. She's pressed. If she get for Laria's match. You playing in the seat of heel. Or you've been born. Yeah, I was taking your nose in the other one business. Uh-oh. Ethan's stirring the pot. I can tell you, stirring the pot. Now he's stirring the pot here with Myles Borne. He's telling Myles is always focused, but never focused on himself. That this is the biggest match of his career against Japan. We got 51. Which one is this? Speed or is this the looks like the speed title matchup? Yes, indeed. It's Fallon Henley. She got her coat on. Look at the NXT Women's Champion, Jacy Jayne. Jacy, 2-time NXT Women's Champion. Look at that. That title looks so perfect on her. I'm going to put a coat on you. There you go. So they're going on a little bit of a commercial. Now, if you're watching on the CW network, they just got the conclusion of the match for the Evolve title. So we're a couple ahead because we're plowing through the commercials. No commercials here. We are on the international feed, so we ask you to want to watch with us. You can see it. You don't have to go sit through all the commercials, all the Progressive and the HUD and all these other. You come watch it on and check it out. But right now they're showing us John Cena, that big interview with Tom Rinaldi and the plus, the minus, all that stuff. Join us, man. Come join us. It's totally no cost. Again, you don't have to subscribe if you're gonna like it. I know you're gonna. So whenever we're wrestling, you'll be able to come up and watch along with us and interact and all that good stuff. Transformers is in the building. Yo, happy. Let's shout out the playback. We got Chef Dan in the building. Of course, we got Mr. Transformer, More Than Meets the Eyes in the building. We got Heather Wright, Mr. Stubble, wrestling fan. We got JR216. Salute. We have a few visitors. Welcome. All right, we got Zodiac. Oh, what? Oh, what belt is Fallon going for? As if I care, seriously. Free show I've been watching on the Triple A card that happened over the weekend. Very entertaining, better than some of the stuff that we've been watching on NXT for the last few weeks. And actually, I could go. It entertained me more. What was going on in full gear? Beyond that statement you mentioned, you don't have to feel. So you don't have to apologize. It's the truth. Triple A card was really good. The Psycho Circus, going in there, that was fun. There was a lot of stuff on Saturday night. Here's Zarya now. So it's a 5-minute time limit championship. I'm tired of saying this over and over again, but Zarya has to go heel. Crickets with the crowd for Zarya's entrance. This is what the WWE. This is supposed to be, and she's supposed to be a baby face, and she crickets. This is an issue. And I hope creative sees that. They're in Madison. They're in a big arena. They're in New York City. Not get nothing. Time to turn in here. Stop footing around, messing around with her, and so cut it. I've been saying this in Burby. She turned on so. I think this stupid creative, because they've been having all of WWE or professional wrestling has been having a creative disaster. They're going to turn Sol Ruka the heel here, and I don't want to see Sol Ruka heel. It should be Zarya, her look, her presentation, but we'll see how that goes. All right, here we go. Fallon Henley on the back, riding on her with an. Was she going to get her off of her? 30 seconds have gone by in this match. Remember, it's a 5-minute match. Go get her Zarya, Heather wants. Let's go. Oh, nice here. Front step flip. When you have a Zarya with F5 and the way she looks, staying for weeks now, we should be going into deadline or by standing delivery. It should be Zarya, and if she's not called up to the main roster yet, versus Jordynne Grace. We should have been having that already, and that should have been Jordynne Grace's send-off versus Zarya. I don't know what the hell they're doing down in when it comes to the creative. It just puzzles me. Look at Fallon. I like Tatum Paxley got an opportunity to win title and all that, but if you're bringing these girls in and you pushing one to the back. You bought in Blake Monroe and took a step back. Last year you bought Julia Becker and you pushed back Lola, pushed back other ladies. They took 2 steps back because you were showcasing. But now, where is Jordynne Grace's push? Where is Zarya's push? Because they both came in around the same time. We need them now. Let's go. The crowd now. You screw so to hear that from the crowd. And it's how the heck did WWE get broadcasting rights for AAA on Fox platform? And TNA still doesn't have a deal. Now that's a good one there. TNA should have a deal ready in place. I agree with you. Unless they're waiting to announce it. No. Oh, look, a Texas believe. TNA needs to start announcing this TV. How to break down, how they're going to work, do their PLEs and their pay-per-views, or how is that going to work? Because I have to make up in a couple of weeks the A+ app to do it. And I mean, WWE is going to broadcast AAA and Tubi and FS with Fox-related product. How is that fair? I don't think it's on. I think it's Fox Mexico. I don't know if it's going to. I don't know if AAA is going to be on any of those. I don't know. I don't know the full deal. So I don't know the full deal. You might be right. WWE literally sent Shockwave the wrestling world with Triple A today. 90 seconds. Whoa, what a close, Zarya. So Fallon Rose side in a minute. We got to get a winner. Well, I guess this is what I heard this. I guess I have to double check. I don't know. You might be right. It's Fox affiliate. It could be all these Fox. Fatal influence. Oh, she put her hand on Lainey Reid here. What the hell was that, Zarya? That was a terrible attempt of punching. Now, 40 seconds now. Fallon now going to set something up. Here it is. Cross body. Nope. Zarya got Zarya continued. Just rose through. Got her up. 30 seconds. Zarya picks her up. What's she going to do here? Setting up for the F5. Nope. DDT. Counter. Nope. 12 seconds here. 9. Here we go. Fallon. No, Zarya misses. All right now. No champ. We don't got a champion. No champion. The crowd is booing. Oh no. Here comes David. We're in New York City and we need new spin channel. Southern Death. Because the 10 was big. Look, they need 10 minutes, 10 television title. Stop calling it speed. Television title or streaming title. Something along those lines. Yep. Southern Death. Zarya now. No, she tried to do the Ultimate Warrior match, but no. Fallon Henley goes to the outside. Transformer said speed, more like slow title match. They took a break here, but then back to the commercial. This is what I love about this. No commercial. Here we go. He's trying to choke on the top rope here. Oh, damn. Fallon kind of like a buckle bone. Fallon with a cover. Nope. Got two. We see someone come out here. You think Ruka comes out here? There's a forearm by Fallon Henley. Now, ooh, what an arm by Zarya. Now the ladies in the middle of the ring just exchanging shots back and forth. Okay, Fallon going in for submission. Ring of Saturn. There we go. A little bit of Rings of Saturn action here. Ask her, ref. Come on, Calvo. Ask her. Oh, wait. It's a cover. No. Crucifix. No. Oh, what a freaking right hand. Double chop to the throat by Fallon Henley. Right to the turnbuckle. He goes. Here's Fallon. No, Zarya caught her with one hand on, setting up for like a choke slam. No, throw. Throws her over from the middle rope. Clothesline. Running clothesline by Zarya. Running clothesline by Zarya. There's a big pump kick. Ducks under. Oh, Glasgow kicks. Now, beautiful suplex. Zarya now. Okay, so in 2026, Fox on Tubi is broadcasting AAA in Mexico, Central America, and South America, including Brazil, on both free ad support video to direct sites. So does that bleed over to? I don't know. I don't think so. I wouldn't be surprised if Mexico on the Peacock. Oh damn! Shot the leg drop. The 8 point. Here we go. 1, 2. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a champion. Her name is Bailey. Wow. So both you have to make Fatal Wimpler strong. That's what I thought Fatal Wimpler when Jasmine Nix and Fallon went to TNA. I thought they were going to win the women's knockout tag team titles against brand, but they go that route. Have to make Fatal a strong because but doing here. JC and Jen in summertime after WrestleMania, they get the call up to the roster. They might go individually separate, but stick together. But this is their last one here in NXT. Especially Fallon Henley, who's been a veteran, and so is JC. They've been to a lot of in NXT. JC's ready to go. They want to see if Fallon has one more tweak, it factor. Look, Ivy Niles, I didn't think she was ready, and she's been doing well in the main roster. So I like this. This guy, I can't get him. I can't get behind this guy. I don't like Shatter Hill. I can't get behind this guy. I don't know why. I don't see why not. If WWE shows now for free, why don't we get? I don't know. Can't got to break. Yeah, I am not. I'm with you, Heather. Let him. I'm not a big Shatter Hill fan. I mean, he wasn't even ready to win that contest in LA. I'm sorry. He's not. Like him, that's good for you. God bless you. Bless your heart, whatever. I'm not a fan of the kid. I'm not a fan of the kid. He didn't wrestling. He's a nut job. Great character. But the wrestling, I really don't see. I don't see it. I don't see it. To me, he reminds me of Parker Brodeur. That's it. And Parker was menacing monster. This guy looks like he's always going to be injured, something with concussions and stuff like that. I hope not, but I don't see a great that you see in this kid. I hope I don't see it. I don't wish him any ill will either. Just a cup of coffee. All right, we're going to get right into it. Let's go. All right, John Cena is going to speak here. We're going to find out how his Iron Survivor is this pretty recorded. I mean, we know it was. Here we go. Right, here's the Iron Survivor challenges. Was that the very first Iron Survivor? I put some water. Oh, Javon Evans and Tiana Slater. They're putting him in the deadline. Wow. Wow. John Cena gave to Leon Slater. All right. The young in charge, bruv. Ah, that's cool. John Cena actually his name? Joe Hendry? You should have rested him on the main roster. John Cena mentioned Joe Hendry. So you got 2 TNA. All right, John. A bit late. I agree with you, Heather. That should have been a Slammiversary match, but whatever. Why is he? He's the tag team champion. Why is Dion Lennox Iron Survivor champion? This is where I have a disconnect when it comes to NXT. If you're a tag team champion, Myles, Borne, or okay. Who? Myles. All right, John Cena. Go with women, please. All right, so the Iron Survivors, Javon, Leon, Alex, Joe Henry, and between Myles, Borne and Trick Williams. This Iron Survivor is starting to become a little predictable. All right, who's this? Oh, Jordynne Grace. I cannot get her damn intro music. Listen, give me some. Give me her patented silence. I know it's Juggernaut. Here's her theme music. Ah, there's Grace. Looking great. Look at that. Yeah, she looks great. This is a triple threat for TNA knockout side. Look at Tommy Dreamer. Look at Carlos Silva. Can't miss Tommy Dreamer up off the screen. What's on? What's going on, man? How are you? There's Ying. Hold on, I like the introduction. From Chongqing, China. Hey, God, love it. Thank you, NXT, for seeing where it's from. Here we go. Her makeup looks dope, but I kind of down on the little kata at the ring entrance. You know, men ain't around anymore. You don't need to do that. You need to do the funny katas. Yeah, next Tuesday is going to be phenomenal at the Performance Center. They're back in the Performance Center. That place is going to get wild. They 3 weeks without TNA, with NXT wrestling. They're willing. They're foaming at the mouths. They're going to be ready to get back at the Performance to start booing Izzy Dane and the culling. She's going to explain everything they like it. She's a superstar and amazing. She's going to be the breakout wrestler next year. Izzy Dane. Here's your TN Knockouts champion, Kelani Jordynne. Let's go. She should have been. She should have not been in the NXT brand for as long as she's been. I agree, especially the line where she came up, where Stephanie speaks the language well, and the main roster, and Jordynne Grace just as well as those two women. Or you remember, and she could still talk. So yeah, there's my boy Carlos Silva. What's up, Carlos Silva? There's the look at Dreamer. He looks like he owns somebody a debt. He's sitting there like he's sweating pastrami on armpits. All right, TNA Knockouts Championship, triple threat. No disqualifications either. Here we go. Ring the bell. Jordynne Grace wants to go after Kelani, but here's Ying Lee going for the quick roll up. 1, 2. No, broken up by the champion. Now Kelani now with a right hand. Kelani now. Here's Ying Lee now. Ying, boom. Kelani with a nice, hard, stiff forearm to Ying Lee running him out. But here's Jordynne Grace opening up a can of whoop ass for Ying Lee now. they're downplaying Julia. They had no plans for Stephanie outside of giving her a push. There's no stories for Stephanie Becerra right now. I mean, now they're gonna to what's it called, Nikki Bella. But other than that, I mean, Stephanie got pushed so fast and elevated. And it makes me wonder if Naomi would have not gotten pregnant, I would have advised Naomi would have dropped the title in France to Stephanie Becerra. Which, like, really? Why? Nice blockbuster. But Dave corrected Jade, and this is the perfect time to get Jordynne to emerge. Jordynne, Miss Parker, Jada Parker, what's up with her? I mean, she's been off of TV. Like, you invested time in her and you build her. Now you just simmer her down. Miss Parker isn't doing any enhancements on her upper body. I mean, that's her body. She does whatever. I mean, she does whatever flying F she. I hope she's nothing that she has to. She need them. She's a great wrestler. Badass. Go out and kick ass. She needs help before she gets called up. Jada could be one of those like Bianca. I don't think Bianca won the NXT Women's title. I think she's one of the best women wrestlers in this modern era right now. Oh, Jordynne Grace opening up a hand. Come on, Jordynne. Oh. Now let me ask this question to Heather and those that watch TNA. Jordynne Grace, better book. I think it's better book with Scott D'Amore than with Tommy Dreamer, and she got put right in the WWE. I'm not gonna give credit to. I think it was Scott D'Amore who really knew how to book Jordynne Grace. Look at Ying Lee. Okay. Crossbody. Oh, nice sweep the leg there. Nice double stomp by Kelani. Working with a little bit of an attitude here. And she got rid of Ying Lee. He says, get out. Here we go. Kelani now with Jordynne Grace one-on-one. You know what? I wouldn't mind seeing one matchup. No, not a triple threat. No, queen. Jordynne Grace, Kelani. Beautiful. Good. That was more like a face buster split there by Kelani. By the tables, it's not a wet match. Wrestling fans gotta stop. Not every match plunder and banter. This is good enough. How do you want table? How's that gonna fit in a triple threat? Moonsault. Beautiful moonsault by Kelani. Beautiful. Speaking about taking out the competition, we want to say thank you for our sponsor tonight, Dude Wipes. Dude Wipes and the Sports Jedi Network will up the competition. I was invested in TNA early, but it was until Mammoth and Trinity that I started paying attention. That's not a bad time to get involved. It's not a bad time. I've said this many times. I always got invested back at that Slammiversary in the Queen of the Mountain match. You know, it was Mia Yim, Deonna Purrazzo, Chelsea Green, Jordynne Grace, Tasha Steele. That match, those ladies bought it, and ever since then, I've been a hardcore TNA fan from that match forward. And I agree. It's a lot of good stuff. Jeff and Chris always talks about those rivalry with Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, and they were here in my city, and I'm just ignorant for not wanting to watch it. And now I'm like, TNA is one of my favorite brands right now. Look at this tornado. No, good job. What we got here? Oh, Kelani now getting a back and forth ping pong. Oh, nice drop kick there by Ying Lee. Lee with a cover. 1, 2. Nope. 1. Oh, she's not a title. She's hungry. Ying Lee. Like a Panda Express. Nice back drop back. Jordynne Grace. Yeah. Oh, nice move by the Jordynne. Fisherman suplex. Beautiful. She needed to lift a little bit more of her bridge, but that was still impressive. The person that got my attention TNA was that she's Jay Lethal. You know what? I missed that. I saw the promos. I missed those. I missed that. Jordynne Grace. The crowd acknowledging Jordynne Grace. That's the loudest chant he's got in NXT for Jordynne Grace. What time is your program, D-Walk? Because I'm doing the AEW watch along. But if not, yeah, I don't mind coming on and talk a little bit. Facebook account where I normally send is I don't suspended, deactivated, whatever. I haven't because they want my photo identification. I'm giving social media my phone, so my information like that, and that's why I haven't pulled anything. You don't see me post anything on Facebook. Kind of let the account, but reach out to me on my X, on my DMs, and for the link. Oh, Spanish Fly. Yeah, after only if you're still on the air, yeah. Heather says I started watching in 2021, but I was hooked fast after that. I went back to the archives and straight to watch old stuff on YouTube. I know that was a nice one. Ying Lee, a single leg crab. That's why he wants first right to TNA. They want Berry. Jordynne Grace. What is doing here? Ying got the leg on. All right, ladies, let's wrap this. Let's wrap this tight here. Jordynne Grace now, power bomb. 1, 2. No, Kelani now with her own sunset flip. But then I roll up here by Jordynne Grace too. Now setting up in a power bomb. Got it. Jordynne Grace 1, 2. No, I got history real quick when it was free. That's a good time. Good job on that one. Like I missed out on Bunny. I missed out on Main and Mafia 7 and 8 storylines. I missed them. Or I missed that. Those. And I am exactly invested in this company and today from those hard work of the women and the crowd and the men getting away from Impact to TNA back again. And I really enjoy it. Watching their roster. They're not there yet, 100% perfect, but it's nice to be there from the beginning and watch them together. And that's why I'm invested in TNA. And not only that, they've been so great to the channel. I mean, from Carlos Silva and on. Oh, 450. Kelani missed. Wait a minute. Oh, there's the kick by Ying Lee. Now. Jordynne Grace now. Oh, damn. Back fist. Schoolgirl. 1, 2. Oh, Jordynne Grace with that back fist. What she's going to do here. Spin right down. 1, 2. No, Ying Lee broke up with a kick. Ying Lee now 1, 2. Optimistic Ying Lee. She wins the knockouts. The winner, new TNA Knockouts champion from Chongqing, China, Ying Lee. Look at Carlos Silva with the title. Look at him with that smile in there. All right. Final resolution. I need a new Knockouts champion. There was a moment in Madison. I think she's on Zaya Brookside. Her and Zaya Brookside and Danny Luna. So Danny Luna might be your knockout champion by the end of the year here. She's got doing a little count at her. When she comes out, she don't need to do all that with the if she's your knockout champion, she has to change the entrance a little bit. Ying Lee, no, I don't think so. I think Indy is going to chase a little longer. I think Danny Luna is going to be your knockout champion. Then Indy will take it from Indy then Indy will take it from Danny Luna. Okay, Lainey Reid. Evolve Championship. Kendal. Fatal Influence has been banned from ringside. Kind of dictated already where they're going. All right, we got to sit down with Ricky Saints. I'm going to be totally honest with you. Oh, Frank, how are you? I'm doing good. I'm good. Thankful that everyone's here watching this. No commercials here tonight, so we're if you're watching it at home, with on CW, you're behind because Disney International feed, no commercials, so we're speed right through it. It's cool about tonight. We're gonna speed right through Gold Rush. And before I would say, I'm not feeling Ricky Saints as your champion. Or at least Obafemi and Ricky Saints battle. I don't know. Something's off. I don't know if it's been him and Oba. And maybe if he wrestles someone different, I could get more Ricky Saints. But I don't know. I'm not feeling Ricky Saints so far. Powerhouse winner, Jordynne. I agree. We had that right now for deadline. You should be having a battle between Zarya and Jordynne. Right now. That should be right now NXT women's titles match right now. It should be whoever's the champion, Zarya or Jordynne. That's their NXT championship match for deadline here. But especially if Jordynne Grace go to the main roster. It's been a year for these ladies, and they haven't even been. And they teased it back at the ECW arena when they had the 10-woman. They teased it and they never went back to it. They never paid it off with Jordynne and Zarya. Yeah, I'm not feeling Ricky Saints. So he likes head on. So people like put their head on. Like me. I'm one of those naysayers. Is that I know he title looks good on him, but I just don't. This feud, there's something. I don't know the way they got to the finish. You were getting your ass kicked through the whole match. You hit two little couple ETs and you won. It just there was a little bit of a. If you would have done one of tear on the chair, granted one was on the outside, but I don't know. All right, San Antonio going to get Obafemi and Ricky Saints. All right, here's Kendal. Kendal great. When I'm thinking of women who are powerhouse, but mainly on look how they look cheap finally. A lash unless you are Wonder Woman structure. You aren't interested. Well, that's the main roster, Heather. And which I'm kind of a little bit about because you got Shawn and Triple H, who their third of the big group was China. I'm going to be no one's going to be China, but when you have a woman that's a specimen as that in the locker room, I mean, maybe it's so obvious. Sometimes that's because Izzy Dane is one of those that she's she may not be the muscular, but she's tall and big woman. Jordynne, so I don't know. We'll see. They booked Shawn Spears wrong as well. They feel Ricky Saints has more lasted long. Yeah, Shawn Spears felt like a dud. Another one has been on. He's with the group, but he doesn't really wrestle. He feels like a manager. When did Ying Lee win the title? Tonight. She just won it tonight. That was the match. If you're on the CW, that match hasn't started yet. If you can watch it on the CW still, but because we got the international feed is no commercials, so they're gonna go right. It's gonna be 82 minutes long, so this is gonna go pretty quick. I believe it's the main event, if I'm not. Oh no, Frank Williams and Myles Borne the main event. I don't know nowadays. I don't trust any bookie. That has so much facts. 2025. These bookings it comes to the WWE. It's whatever is good for TKO to sell the building for the ticket prices. Not they're abandoning storytelling or abandoning a little bit of story. They need to fill arenas. And they put whatever makes people want to go top dollar to pay arenas and put 55,000 and have the largest gates and say that every media scrum. No longer, oh man, I'm going to the story and I want to see how they build, which was going to suck because those main event the superstars are going to end up getting old. You need to build superstars, and if you're not building them on your television show where you showcase your storytelling and making people want to invest their time in a Tommaso Ciampa or a Braun Breaker or Bronson Reed. They did a little bit, but a minute or here comes the War Games. We got to bring in Brock. We got to bring in Punk. We got to bring in and Braun and Brunson take a step back. LA take a step back. And it's glaring. If these guys be there full time, then don't expect them to get the main spot. That's the way I see it. All right, here we go, Ken. Right. I was in the building when she won that title from Kelly Armstrong. That match Evolve, women's match of the year for Evolve. That match was great. Here's the one thing. I know it's just an Evolve championship. Oh, look at this. Oh, Kendal Gray fights back. But yeah, I know that it's Kendal Gray, and she's the Evolve champion. But the way they book her, that's the way Ren's should be booked. I think they're a hell of a competitor. I know she's, but don't underestimate Kendal Gray. What you call it, Maddie Sinclair, Ren Sinclair's matches. She could wrestle, and I'm a little bit frustrated with NXT because they got her reducing this comedy and this Ren QC and all that stuff. Showcase her in a push. We saw her in Deadline last year, I believe it was, the year before. She was a force in Deadline. I'm surprised they're not going because I don't know. Speak of that, this is what is with this match placement? Match should have been after this match, not the other way around. Nobody cares about Evolve titles. But they wanted to put it in the middle of the match. You know why they did that, Heather? Because in case they didn't want to run out of time and make the match with the triple threat match, they could in this match because it's an Evolve title. You could make this a squash if they were running out of time. They wanted to give enough time to be in the middle of the card and let them have if they needed an extra 5 minutes. If the match thread is on fire, they could always shorten this Evolve match. You don't want to shorten your TNA partnership. You can always shorten the Evolve and you're not going to offend anyone. Where if you would have cut the TNA match short, it would have been offended. Gives Evolve time on national stage, yeah. Where Peter Rosenberg there talking, yeah, that's exactly what he did. What a beautiful, beautiful slam, fall-away slam there. Beautiful there by Kendal Gray. Well, it's funny because, Reid stomp. Oh, Blue Thunder Bomb. Her friend Collie was sorely left her behind. She was another one that was on fire. And they were a good tag team up. And Collie Bright, you don't see her either. Maybe you see her on Evolve, but I haven't seen her. Oh, no one really cares so much on Evolve, but this is an opportunity to get new balls and say, oh, this, so this and that. This match is going on the TNA title, so he's going to hit her with a knee. Oh, what a beautiful power slam. You see those moves there? You weren't, not for nothing, you wasn't seeing that in that triple threat match. That was a beautiful snap. Oh, JC James coming in here. Fallon Henley. Oh. If Fallon Henley's going to take over the Jasmine next row, I'm good. Oh, no. Hey, Charles. Super kick. Referee. You got it. Turn around, Kendal. Roll up. Nope. Gray. Super kick. Let's see if Lainey's not my type of cup of coffee, but they put on a pretty good match here. Kendal, look at Kendal. Oh, she just suplex silly. Suplex Sherman from the top rope. Uh-oh, those straps are coming down. Going in the gray area. Oh. Okay, good match. Good match for Kendal Gray. Now you're going to keep an eye on her career. When you see her more on television, you're going to be like, who's this? That's why you show. That was a good match. Good match for her. You didn't need to go any longer than it was. Kendal Gray did a good job. You got women's matchup. You got women's wrestling here tonight. Very good matchup. Both back-to-back women's matchup was great. The triple threat, and also this one here for the women's involved. They bravo ladies, and bravo. Great area. Is she for real? What kind of catchphrase is given? Her last name. Of course, Kendal grabs, so the gray area, gray zone. Yeah, I know. The performance center. That was a beautiful German suplex that she did there. In the gray area. All right. Looks like I make my bank account in the gray. With the former administrator. All right, Ken. Hold on. As you see, John Cena only recognized one out of you four. I try to be nice with Osiris Griffith because he has size, but the other two. You're playing under the bleachers. All right. Now women's next. The women's field. Can't wait to see that. All right, so what do you think so far? I thought, you know what? I had a low expectation here with Gosh Week 2. But I'm actually pleasantly surprised how fun and free fun is going on. Here we go. Here's the women's. All right, so Ruka, they end your force feed. All right. You should be battling Zarya one-on-one, not in a Time Survivor. That's advice, finally. I said that last year, and she's the one that kicked ass. Lola Vice, number 2. Are we going to get TNA representation here? Kelani again? All right. Joy Gray, love it. All right. Kendal Gray. Oh, I'm interested. No Jada Parker. Kendal Gray. All right. No Steel. So it's Kendal Gray, Lola Vice, Connie, Jordynne Grace, and Soruka. I could have done that without Soruka and Connie, but it's like Kalani's in there. So she should be battling Zarya. Zarya should have been in this match, but it is what it is. Why do we need an Iron Survivor Summit? We just want to do a promo. Josh Briggs and Traven Heights. Josh Briggs, again, I've said this. I was asked the question earlier by Rick Dawson, and I agree with him. Josh Briggs should be going to AAA Mexico to wrestle. Not because I don't want him on NXT television. Something different. He should be working with JBL as his manager out there and becoming a menace in AAA Mexico. All right, main event time. This is why I love about this, because it finishes quick with no commercial. Main event time. Osborne making his way to the ring. Interesting, after retaining her women's Evolve championships in the Iron Women's Survivor. Yeah, but you know what? It's good for her. Let's see her on a big TV screen. Let's see her on a PLE. Let's see what Kendal Gray does. Or I would have liked Kelly Armstrong is so. Makes me wonder if John saw Randy in Myles like the rest of us. Oh, of course, because he trained. John knows that he trained with Randy Orton. Remember when Randy Orton came back from his back fusion 2 years ago? That was the guy that worked hand in hand with Randy Orton. Got right. And I know for a fact in the Performance Center they work all the time. The point where you saw Myles beefed up and full of muscle due to the work with Randy Orton hand to hand. Here's Trick Williams. Well, let's go. They had an opportunity to have the Madison Square Garden with 18,000 plus whooping Trick against. He should have been in the John Cena tournament. The fact that John Cena even mentioned Trick Williams makes me worry. Here, if NXT doesn't see what kind of superstar they have in Trick Williams. The work he did over the summer, I don't know what he needs to do to get the opportunity for WWE. If that's the case, let him go to All Elite Wrestling, because I know he put on some matches with Swerve Strickland, in that company, Young, or let him work for TNA, because you're not. If WWE does anything for him, doesn't see a future in him, don't waste kids' time. Don't waste Trick time. This is the thing that pisses me off. Waste time. The same way you're wasting Trick. That's why you put and wow, we're gonna save face and do nothing. Look at that flying clothesline by Trick Williams. This guy's supposed to be. He should have been in the John Cena tournament. The old parts that are breaking down like Sheamus and no, I like Trick. I like Trick. But Trick needs to go to the Iron Survivor. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if it's make this kid. Myles, because Trick doesn't need to go to the Iron Survivor. He's been champion. He don't need to go through the gauntlet. Let the kid experience something different. So for Trick, that's why it's like this is what's beneath him. Trick ain't there. Trick should not be there to put kids in NXT over anymore. Trick needs to go to the main event already, go to the main roster. He should have been one of those. He should have been the one to retire John Cena and not Gunther. Gunther doesn't need it. Yeah, well, considering Mel is flourishing like a fish out of water in SmackDown, it makes me wonder what's the main roster requirements are. I don't know, Heather. I don't know what's the main roster requirements. No, Melo's came into the territory of Dog. You saw how he's registered and he sold all those moves and the facial expressions and this is me going back to what I've been saying. This is the damn Cody Rhodes effect. Cody's first match was against Trick, against Melo, and Melo has operated. And then Sikoa. Solo Sikoa, you put him in a program against after he became the tribal chief. He already wrestled Cody Rhodes, and Cody Rhodes has not any of the young talent to make you feel like you jokes, comedy acts, or afterthought. Cody Express experience. So you were running to get the title off of Roman Reigns to what? So he could destroy the young wrestlers and you see them as jokes. You heard how happy the people were in WrestleMania, regardless of the WrestleMania match sucked. It sucked like you were in a freaking sewer plant, but they wanted Cody to lose that title against John Cena. Cody loves Cody Rhodes. He's not the main. He's a great chaser. The world title. He's great for kids, but he's not the it for the face of the company. I'm sorry. Remember how Cody came in? It was a joke, yeah. And it's not. And look, you could recover from the Stardust if you're putting wrestlers great matches and you elevate them. Even we've talked about this and say it again. When women wrestle certain wrestlers, they got over. Women had a match with Logan Paul in Saudi Arabia. Has that hurt Logan Paul's stock? You knew that Logan Paul didn't deserve to be in the ring with Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns, all his opponents that he wrestled against, LA Knight didn't hurt the only person, and he get to wrestle with him, that I think Roman's career stifled, and the management never thought of him as a. And again, it was the sound when he came out and put the hour in the ring, and he told him it's time to, when he was with the Usos, and Roman laughed about it and said make it look like a joke. Karrion Kross was never booked strong after that. Never booked strong after that. And they never got to touch or wrestle. To me, that's when Karrion Kross' WWE career went to the back of the closet, because that's the one person Roman didn't want to work with. It felt like it. Just by the way he was dismissive. And I'm going to get that clip, because I remember seeing that on the watch along. I'm like, why is he dismissing Karrion Kross? That's another opponent for you to beat while you're in your reign of champion. That's the only one that I think never recorded from Roman that didn't really get put over. That's my opinion. Well, I have a conspiracy theory about Solo, but it's when Vince was still around. Solo is a throwback Samoan, so he not in shape like Usos, Roman, even before. You got it. No, you got to see Roman Reigns. Solo Sikoa, NXT. See, I see Solo Sikoa, beautiful power slam, counter there by. No. The Solo Sikoa was a big deal in NXT. He went up to the main roster and he won that North American title. I was in the building when Solo won that North American title temporarily. That was a hell of a match. People were going bananas behind Solo Sikoa. Solo was the enforcer. He was this mean one. You had rumors of Jacob Fatu coming in, but when Zoe became the head of the table, when Roman, they decided to go to take the title instead of waiting until he broke Hulk Hogan's record and whatever. But they had to rush it. Cody had to rush it because the guy in the pink robe was crying about it. And Solo thrust in the main scene a little too ahead of his time. A little too ahead of his time. And then Solo's never recuperate from that. That's just try to rehab Cross's image, and the fans loved him. I don't think because Roman remembered him as that longest mask, and when he saw him, it's like this clown again, and then he never recuperate. The same thing. Look, the same thing. This one. No offense, Jacob is a Samoan career machine compared to Solo. Solo wasn't meant to talk at that moment. He was being groomed. His move was enforcer. And then from night and day, snapping the finger, made him the tribal chief. He took the mantle of the chief. There was no, he didn't slow play. Although The Rock pointed him saying that Solo is the tribal chief in waiting, but they didn't slow play that. They rushed it. They didn't make you want to invest in Solo Sikoa. Then one that took, but it was all rushed. It was all damn rushed. It was a mess. Nice right hand by Trey. Jacob Fatu, it's the same thing with Sela. If you bring stuff Fatu right now into WWE, it will be lost. The kid's not ready yet. Everybody wants Cena. Anyone wants Cena for you. The kid isn't ready yet for WWE television, how the way WWE works and the promos and this. He's learning on it on fourth rope and working on those companies. He needs he needs an NXT run as well. But everybody wants Cena for two tomorrow on the main roster. It's not gonna. He needs time. One thing, Jacob, he talks about it his real life when it comes to his promos. He's real. That's why he resonates and hits. Guaranteed the old man will still in WWE, would not be this Fatu that we see. Jacob would not be. I don't even think. Oh, finisher. That was a little bit of a lack look. Even the guy in the front row was like, "What?" Yeah, that was a lackluster finish, and fans are booing it. One guy, that clown, guy in blue, the powder blue shirt is putting the hands down. You know what? I like that Myles Borne is going. He needs it. Even more than Trick are doing next. I don't think we see Trick anymore until the Royal Rumble. And this is what sucks. This is what really sucks. The Royal Rumble is in Saudi Arabia, and if they go to Saudi Arabia, you're gonna know that they're at Saudi Arabia, which sucks because the spoiler will be all over the place on that. Who went internationally, who's flying overseas, and that sucks because there's not gonna be too much spoilers on the Royal Rumble this year. No, Trick needed to lose that match. Good for Borne. Wait a minute, the lights are off. What's going on here? Oh, Dark State. Come on. All right, here comes Dark State. Myles Borne, unless they're going to beat him up and he can't compete. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, here's Joe Henry. Here's Leon Slater. Javon. Oh, I know it's. I guess we're getting a lot of that finish here, a lot of WWE, huh? War games and all these multi-men in the ring. All right, that's NXT Gold Rush here. Not a bad show. Not a bad show. Look, it's a show for being recorded, being taped and spoilers and all that leaked out. You know what? Sometimes you have to see it. You can see all the results and see it. I'm gonna say this was better than last week. This actually, JC Jane winning was the highlight of NXT yesterday. This was a real good for television special. To me, I can't complain. I really enjoyed everything happened here with NXT. The Evolve matches, the men's match was okay. I'm gonna say it was the greatest, but that was good. Seeing the Speed Championship was good to see. Fallon Henley winning another title in their pockets. The Ethan putting a little bit of doubt or seed of be more selfish to Sol Ruka. I like that there, but because they're kind of telling me that Sol is going to be the heel, which I've been saying because I don't know when the hell they're going to make Zarya the heel. I don't think they will. So that's a good one that I like to see where that's going. The Dark State things feels a little too forced, but I see where they're going to go. They're going to give us an 8-man tag with Joe Henry, Leon Slater, Javon, Myles, Young. All those are young kids. All of them, 8 of them. So this is a developmental show. So to see that there, good to see Leon Slater on television on NXT TV, especially where they're break for NXT for the next 2 weeks. They're tape until the Antonio show for final resolution. So that's good to see Leon get some live television bumps in, which is good. We'll see how that goes. We want to say thank everyone. Tomorrow night, AEW. We're gonna do the AEW show. Well, yes, heard it right. I am going to do and watch all of AEW. So I'm having an open mind. We're gonna see it. we're gonna see how that goes. Hopefully, it's a good show. Hopefully, it's something that we're not. Hopefully, I'm not breathing side of But yes, it's gonna be in Nashville, Music City. So we'll be watching that. We're gonna see that. We'll be on at 75, or it's gonna be the last live wrestling show until Survivor Series, because of course. But we might do Thanksgiving turkey bowl. Me and Chris were talking about it. Chris is not gonna do much on Thanksgiving either. We're gonna be, so I might just pop on and turn on the Thanksgiving special for TNA, and then Black Friday we'll probably just rest and then come back on Saturday night. We'll see. But stay tuned. Appreciate everyone. Thank you guys here on the playback channel. Appreciate that. This is an experiment again for AEW. If I have a lot of people watching us, make this. If I don't get much, because this was my normal day to rest. On the middle week, get ready for the weekend, whatever the case was. Wednesdays normally was an interview day for interviews, so I scaled back a little bit. Those are coming back, 6 more interviews and so forth. But for right now, if All Elite Wrestling is there an audience that wants to watch along with AEW, we are here to cater and even possibly purchase some pay-per-views in the future where we do it. So we got to like things, but we got to Dynamite goes with you guys. If you guys are here for Dynamite, we are going to continue with the All Elite Wrestling. Not, we'll scrap it. So again, guys, have a wonderful night. We'll see you soon. See you mañana. All right, guys.
Represento las calles de mi